Yo, welcome to Coffee+Bonghits with Jesse on the road.
State of the Union, shut the fuck up. Sorry ass motherfucker, stay away from me. State of the Union, shut the fuck up. Sorry ass motherfucker, stay away from me. State of the Union, shut the fuck up. Sorry ass motherfucker, stay away from me. State of the Union, shut the fuck up. Sorry ass motherfucker, stay away from me.
Yo, yes, yeah. And it very suddenly stops. Welcome to Coffee+Bonghits with Jesse. I don't have a coffee this morning. I have an energy drink. And I'm not going to take a bong hit while I'm driving because, interesting enough story, I actually got a DUI one time in Nevada. I had left Reno. Okay, let me tell you first why I'm giving you a car episode like a Republican voter. I'm on some Oregon Trail shit right now. I'm taking like a 10,000 pound SUV full of crazy shit um, to the ocean, just like a pioneer. We'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah, so one time I was driving. I was with Cameron and Sarah, and I was driving this minivan. And sometimes when you're driving down the highway, they have like those little business district loops. Well, somehow I ended up in one of those business district loops off of the highway in Nevada. I didn't really realize it. I started tailgating this car, and the car ended up being a police officer. But I was so stoned, I didn't even really realize what I was doing. I was just tailgating this slow ass car in front of me. And then Cameron was like, take this left. And I was like, okay. And then right when I was about to take the left, Cameron said, no, take the right. So I was like, oh shit. So after tailgating this cop for a little bit and faking the left, I double hopped over a couple lanes to try to take a real abrupt right. And then Cameron goes, no, 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 not right here. So then I looped back into traffic, back behind that cop who was doing like 30. And I began tailgating him again. So he pulls over. I'm thinking, oh, great. Then as I pass him, he flips on his lights, pulls us over. I was like, oh my God, how freaking high am I that I didn't even realize that was a cop car, right? So uh, he walks up to the side, right? I'm driving, and Cameron's in the passenger seat. And he walks up, Cameron rolls down the window, and I have, first thing he does is he shines his flashlight on the floor, and I got this huge bubbler pipe sitting on the floor, the likes of which they probably haven't ever seen in northern Nevada. Um, so that was pretty suspicious looking. And then he shines his light in the console between the seats, and I got my oil pan. But on top of my oil pan was one of those bubbler attachments, those glass ones, and it was all brown. It looked like it was used for heroin or something. And so that was pretty suspicious looking. And then the cop asked me, he said, you been drinking? And I said, no, sir. Actually, today, ironically, is my 100th day of sobriety. And so he's like, well, I'm going to need you to get out the car and we're going to take a sobriety test. Have you been smoking weed? And I was like, just a little bit back in Reno. So he goes, yeah, I'm going to need you to get out the car and take a sobriety test. Now, mind you, it was February 13th, in the middle of the desert, and I was wearing these corny looking slacks. I was wearing these corny looking, not, man, they were probably fresh looking, but in retrospect, it wasn't the best outfit for driving through the desert, right? It was like midnight. So he asked me to run these field tests, and I'm stoked about it. I'm like, oh my God, this is like a dream. Yes, let me see how good I can do on these field tests when I'm completely 100% sober. That would be really, really cool. So I get out and I'm crushing them. I'm crushing them, touching my nose and saying the alphabet backwards. And because, I'm sober, I'm just a little sparked. I mean, more than a little sparked, obviously, I forgot that there was a cop car right in front of me. So, anyways, I do the sobriety test and I crush it. He goes, I'm going to need you to do that one more time. And I crush it. I'm excited about it because I don't get a lot of opportunities to crush it, stuff like that, right? So, anyways, okay. The cop says that he's going to take me to jail anyways because I can't stop shaking. I'm like, dude, if you knew how thin these slacks are, you'd understand why I can't stop shaking. So he didn't care. He told me my blood pressure was too high as well. And so he took me to jail. So Sarah and Cameron, they're like, we'll bail you out. Don't worry. And I was like, all right. So I go to this really crazy jail in the desert of northern Nevada. And they put me like by myself in the cell. And I'm really happy about that because in the general population area, it seemed pretty raucous, right? Raucous. Raucous. Oh my God, last night I ate a Crunchwrap Supreme, I think, for the first time. It was so bomb. I think it was a Crunchwrap because it was kind of like a burrito, but then when I bit into it, I think there's a tortilla, a hard taco shell in it. I don't know. Anyways, so I'm in that jail and I gotta spend the night there because I'm waiting for bail. And the the cop before I went to jail. I told the cop, I was like, dude, I blew a clean breathalyzer. And he's like, yeah, but I still think that you are on drugs. And so we want to give you a blood test. And I was like, yo, G, I don't want to consent to a blood test. You need my consent. Do consent because we can, without your consent, we can go wake up the judge that you're going to see in the morning. We go to his house right now and tell them that you won't give us consent, and then we'll get the search warrant for your blood, and then we'll take your blood by force, and then in the morning you'll have to see that judge that you just woke up. And I was like, holy crap, what? So, yeah, I guess you can just have my blood because strategically that's not my best move. I'm not on drugs, sir, I assure you. So I don't really have anything to hide. And so they took me to get my blood tested, and then they took me to jail. And it's funny because here's the crazy plot twist to it that makes it all kind of okay. Is right before I got arrested, I seen this really cool body of water. And it said some kind of reservoir. And then when I got arrested, I kept asking the cop about it. I was like, hey, what was that really cool body of water that we passed by? And he told me the name, but he couldn't tell me anything about it. He kept telling me I needed to quit talking to the XC. But y'all know me, man. I'm a water nerd, so I wanted to know more about that stuff. So then, check this out. When we get to the hospital, so that they can extract my blood under force of threat, or threat of force, or force of threat, they had this really cool painting of that reservoir in the little lobby area with a bunch of detailed information on it. And I forget the name of it, but it keeps people's water in northern Nevada. And it's a thing. So whatever. Okay, so check this out. So they take me to jail. They're pretty nice to me in jail. They give me my own room. And then in the morning, I still haven't been bailed out because the team is having some problems with it. And so, sorry. And so, bad mood, yes. Okay, so then in the morning I wake up and the dude's like, "Are you hungry?" I'm like, "Yeah, dude, I'm super hungry." Is that breakfast in this place? Just wait a little bit. Yeah, he comes back. That morning guy was a dick. So he comes back and the door of the jail had like one of those old school things to slide a plate through. But instead of sliding a tray with a plate or something through it, he gave me this white plastic bowl that had been like used for spaghetti. You know what I'm talking about? You can see when a white piece of plastic has been stained orange with spaghetti, like ravioli or some kind of tomato-based sauce. Okay, so then, man, why is this car in the fast lane? Whatever, sorry. I'd have been grumpy on the Oregon Trail. So that's what I'm going to talk about in a minute is the Oregon Trail. Um, so they take me to jail. They wake me up in the morning. And they hand me through the little slot this white bowl that had top ramen in it. And I know it was chicken flavored top ramen because it's the yellow kind, right? But the dude had his thumb inside the bowl as he's handing it to me. Knuckle deep, easy knuckle deep, right? And then I had this piece of bread. I was like, you know what, Cameron's they're gonna be here pretty soon. So I just picked up that piece of bread and I looked at every piece like, does this look like it has an old ball skin on it? I ate that, but I wasn't messing with that knuckle deep chicken ramen, yellow ass. Oh my god. Yeah, so I wasn't gonna be that dude. So then check this out. So then they give me a court date, but I can either pay this prison fine or I can go to court. And they already had a bunch of my bail money, so I had to give them over $1,000 to bail out. Right? So now terrible, I think. So, anyways, get $1,000. I bailed out, and then I had to go back, and so we kept postponing the court date, postponing the court date, and then finally I had to go, and they wouldn't defer it anymore. But by that time, I was already living in Texas, so I had to fly from Houston to Miami and then hang out in Miami for a little bit. Then drive from Miami to southern Georgia. Then I had to take a Greyhound from southern Georgia to Atlanta. Then I had to fly from Atlanta to Las Vegas. Then I had to get the homie James Davis to drive me. He wasn't the homie at the time, he was a stranger that ran an Uber business. But I gave him $500 freaking cash money to drive me 5 hours to northern Nevada and sit with me while I went to my court case and back. And let me tell you, that was a steal of a deal for me because you can't fly to northern Nevada like that. I think it's called Hawthorne, Nevada. Anyways, so then I get to I get to northern Nevada to the courthouse. It's a super small, super scary small town courthouse, but it looks like a place where they used to maybe hang people, right? Like hang horse thieves back in the day or something. It's real scary. You can Google it. I think it's the Hawthorne House, but the whole town looked like a giant dentist office. So, anyways, I get there and my attorney's there, and he's like the court appointed attorney, but he's the only court appointed attorney. And I didn't ask for him. They just told me he was my court appointed attorney. It seemed like small town justice was about to eat your boy up. So, you know me though, I'm humble, I'm polite, I'm friendly, I'm sincere, but I'm scared because I don't know what they're going to give me. You know, they took my blood. Who knows if they're going to frame me? Small town jail. I know they want my money. So I don't even know what they're going to do. So then, this is crazy. So then, my court appointed attorney said, "Nice to meet you. My name's Jesse." And he said, "I hope you brought your toothbrush." And I shit my pants right there in the courthouse, man. I was in the lobby of it. I was so scared to think that, I was about to spend in that town again. Uh, didn't really bother me to consider spending a night or two in jail, but the fact that it was in the middle of nowhere and logistically, I was going to have to figure out how to. Oh man, let me tell you another funny thing. So James Davis is black, and I brought him to court with me, and there's no other black people in that town. So it seemed like I was just trying to get myself in trouble, taking a black person for no reason into a potentially racist court. So then, look, I'm gonna chop this story up because it's probably getting old as I cross over the Crooked River. Holy shit, that is so beautiful. Okay, um, they told me that there wasn't enough THC in my system for them to prosecute. Let's think about that for a minute. Think about the foreshadowing in the beginning of this story, how it worked itself out that I had that giant freaking bubbler. And you think I was smoking crappy weed through that? No, I smoked the fire, the absolute burning bush, holy Moses hammer slammer shit, right? Okay, so then let's take that one step further and remember that I said I had the oil pen that was so coated with the residue that it looked like I was using it for heroin. Smoking that super high quality extract oil like a goddamn cigarette all day long. Do you know how insulted I was that those fools told me that there wasn't enough THC in my system? I was like, God damn, who possibly can have more THC in their system than me? Willie Nelson? Cheech and Chong put together? Snoop Dogg? I don't know who else. So the moral of that story, kids, is pay attention to your surroundings. Because if I wasn't tailgating, none of that would have happened. Oh, secondary moral to that story is remember in the beginning I told you that was my 100th day of sobriety? So then I pulled up into Vegas the next day on day 101 of sobriety and convinced myself that 100 days of sobriety was a fine enough accomplishment and that I could drink and pick back up on day 101 or day 102 and just be cool. But instead, I got so smashed on day 101 with Phil from Taxidermy Records. Who just happened to be in Las Vegas and saw that I was there and invited me to his room. Oh my God, his room was way better than my room. His room was one of those rooms that you definitely have to lock up the windows because somebody would jump and fall into the pool to their death. That'd be really cool if Phil was watching right now. Okay, so anyways, check this out, man. I went to a lot of places in the last couple of years, and some of them I knew I'd lived before, and some of them I was certain I'd never lived at. And I know you're thinking, what the hell do you mean lived at? And I don't mean like it's Jesse Sponberg, because Jesse Sponberg is a character that lives in 2020 on the West Coast. But I've played other characters. And I know that one of those characters I've played gets people back and forth from, I'm going to assume, Independence, Missouri to the other side of the Cascades over the various passes. Because, holy shit, do I resonate with these passes or what? These, uh, these passes speak to me in a really sincere and deep, deep familiarity where I know that me and my horse were getting hired to do contract work to get people across through what they called in those days Indian territory. Because I sincerely feel like, not sure if I was native, I don't necessarily feel that, right? But I was, I feel like I was a cool person who was like, I don't know, some Grizzly Adams shit or some Davy Crockett style shit or Daniel Boone or whatever. Because I really feel like a steward, not only of these lands, but of these people and facilitating their adventures by just pointing out little dumb shit or whatever. I don't know. I don't know. But I do know that when I went to Philadelphia, I expected some sort of kinship with the history at that place. Nothing. Um, I wish I would have got some more time to spend around the Great Lakes because I feel like, oh, you know what? Northern Florida, guaranteed I lived in Northern Florida before. And man, you know what? I'm thinking about moving to Northern Florida. I woke up this morning thinking about moving to Northern Florida. Oh shit, y'all want to go to Cove Palisades as bad as I do? Go down to Lake Billy Chinook, go get our feet wet. Oh shit, so I bet it's cold there. Damn, I'm probably speeding. So for those that don't know, I'm driving a gigantic SUV, a gigantic one, like the kind the president would drive or some shit. Um, it feels like I'm driving a wagon train, especially since my visibility is low. But I really feel like I was one of those people that just me and my horse drove around, I mean, rode around, just set up little camps, had those cool little fires. We just have like two sticks, two decent sized ones that just burn in the middle. Don't be burned. Damn, I guarantee 80 miles an hour is faster than the speed limit. God damn it, Jess. But you know what though? I'm wearing like combat boots today. So if I do get pulled over, I'll be like, yo, dude, these boots are kind of heavy. I'll take the combat boots. Whoa. I mean, I could wear them in the combat, but they're just like steel-toed Danner boots. Um, but yo, I think you could drop a fat dude on my foot. I wouldn't even yelp. I don't even give him a yelp review. I'm gonna yelp like a dog. Feel me? Feel me? Okay. Um, I'm pretty sure the one thing I need to do before I get too far into this adventure is go and get a car charger because I'm electrically deficient today. I don't have no external things. So here's one more thing. If anybody wants to go to the beach with me right now, we could maybe facilitate swooping you up. But here's the deal. You get there, there's going to be a friend with a U-Haul, and he would have to help us unload it. They'd probably sleep on the floor. So I don't even know. I think that was 5 minutes. Was that 5 minutes? Man, what you gonna do? Okay. Last thing, I just want to remind you guys that the audio version of Coffee and Bong Hits will be literally dropping it everywhere, like everywhere on January 1st, like everywhere. So we're gonna have a huge extravaganza. We're gonna try to get all our guests to come on that day, make it a big, big deal, and then start begging for shares for I don't know, like a month straight. I know nobody likes that, so I've been saving it up for years. I don't ever put like, no, you should share my stuff, and I don't ever tag people, but y'all get ready for some of those 100-person tags coming up. Seriously, get ready for some of those 100-person tags showing up because I don't know. Think about how much easier your life would be if you had a friend that was sitting on a couple million stacks, right? Where you're like, oh, gee, I'm a little, I'm a little short this month. Then you can let me borrow like $5,000. I'd be like, all right, well, look, let's work this into a business model for you because I'm your friend that has $1 million. I mean, they're throwing money at podcasts right now. Podcast is big, big business right now. And it wouldn't honestly take us very much effort to get our show into the top 20% of all podcasts in the world. So what that means is, I don't know, man. Get ready to use that share button. Get ready to bang on your resources. I'll put together some how-tos. Okay, I appreciate it. Um, Remember this, kids. Cash ruins everything around me. But there's other ways to be millionaires. Just change your definition of how you define wealth, right? Because look, money, you can get money a lot of ways. Money can't buy you certain things, right? It can't buy you the peace of mind that that woman had from Jesus. It can't buy you the peace of mind to know that your lover really loves you. It can't buy you courage, right? There's a lot of things money can't buy. There's a lot of really dirty ways you can get money. You can lie, cheat, steal, kill, give hand jobs to the truck stop to get $10, man. Do that 1,000 times, you rich player. You can have $10,000 just giving out freaking low energy hand jobs. You don't have to put your heart into it. You just pump a well, row a boat. Shit, do the rowboat. You make two at one time, $20 an hour. And hire yourself an octopus. Pay an octopus $20 an hour. They got 8 arms. All right. This is obviously the time for me to check out. So hopefully you already made your bed, even if you're on quarantine. Make your bed, make your bed, make your bed, make your bed, make your bed. Okay. Remember this: stand up, fight back is cool. The movement is cool. Essential elements is cool. Wine bar, PDX is cool. I mean, the M bar, M wine bar. Um, Thai chopper is cool. None of those places have given me anything from endorsement. That's just off the top of the head. If I can think of endorsement this morning. Damn, I'm tailgating my ass off the BTW. Blam, 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 blam. Hope the truck's good. There won't be no duds here. I wish I could read you guys' comments, but that is dangerous. This is what I'm doing right now. It's just really dangerous. I feel like it's dangerous for me to stop to show, but we can do it. Let me hit a red light. This is small town. Oh shit! Did I go the right way? I was trying to send me to Mitchell. You guys ever been to Mitchell? Man, if you ain't never been to Mitchell, Oregon, you should stop what you're doing right now. Go to Mitchell. Go check out the little market they got there. Then after you're done there, go to Sprague River. Go check out the little market they got there. And if you're going to Mitchell, you might as well go to Shannaco. Shannaco. Maybe you could stay at the Shannaco Motel. Shannaco Hotel. Okay, now we have been in small town for a minute. Remember, this was Coffee and Bonghits. This was Coffee and Bonghits with Jesse. I'm still Jesse. What do you know? Is it early enough I can still get. Ah, fuck, I don't even need no more. God damn it. I was just about to get a sausage shaker sandwich. Yeah, they got free HBO at the Motel 6 in Madras. You know, some real player shit. Well, they got a Dollar General, just like in Missouri. I wonder if they got Venoms in this town. That would be dope. Man, I really want some meat. Eating meat from these kind of places don't might make you sick. Whoa, 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 bro. That's not the move to make. You try to cut in front of me, and your whole car will break. Yes, you don't want to mess with me. I'm driving a giant SUV. Unless you like emergencies, screaming, please dial 911 for me. Damn, bro. I ain't having it. I ain't trying to cause no accident. Even if you don't fucking care. I'll be like, look right there. Yeah, that was Smokey Bear. You can miss it now in the rearview mirror. You should do it this year before it disappears. Man, the ratio of people that are in mobility scooters due to obesity and the ratio of people that have American flags on their disability scooters is pretty much 1 to 1. Right? What they say is when the Venn diagram is a circle. Where am I gonna get some food that doesn't have no meat in it? I could get from a that I could get from a oh man, no wonder I can't see shit. A whole new world. Don't you dare get good eyes. Shit, I can see everything. And now I see my time. Whoa. It just says mi casa. Hey, do you know if you take the words mi casa and squish them together, it looks like a really cool word called casa? Oh, where's mi casa? Nope, it's just mi and casa squished together. Do, do, do. I still don't even know which way I'm going. I already apparently am not going 22. So now do I want to go through Tide Valley? No, dude, that sounds really redneck to me, man. I love Tide Valley, but I love Tide Valley more when I got somebody to be a witness in case I get pulled over. Whoa! Oh, it says Hunan. I thought it said Hunan. I thought it was a restaurant for humans. And there's Sonic. Good old Sonic. Got that freaking ice. That is freaking chronic. Got that crushed ice. That love so much ice. Went through the fucking drive-through twice. Ice. Oh, I love it. It's so cold. It makes you pop. Never get old. Fuck, how am I gonna do it? You know what? Stay on the road. I ain't got a drink. Oh, but Subway's got vegetarian options. Damn, I still need to find the store to get the truck. My life is a mess. This is how people end up dying on the Oregon Trail because they didn't stop at Sonic to get preserved things to preserve their food, and they didn't. Damn, what am I gonna do now, man? 14 miles to Warm Springs. I need to turn off the show. Now I'm going up a hill behind a dump truck. That's stupid. Do. All right. Um, whoa. Shit, now it's how to make my move. Sometimes I just put on my mask so when I make my moves, they don't even see it coming. Even if they would never know because I just do this. Another speed trap. I can smell the bacon. You know, it's not hard to guess where they're going to put speed traps because all you got to do is think to yourself, if I was looking for revenue, I'd totally put a speed trap right here. Oh shit, sheriff office next left. What sheriff? I didn't know it came. What county's mad? You said Cook County? I'm gonna get out of this town now. Okay, 5,000 G's.
Pull up in motorcades. I got a show today. It's all I'm trying to do. Hustle and motivate. Choppers a throwaway. Hustle the overweight.